It's a lot on my plate, but I never complain. I was working the weight like I came out the gym. I never did train. Put the girl on the train.
Hey, what's up, guys? Back again with another video. So last episode we learned about events, of course, and Spigot. But this time we're going to be learning about commands, which is pretty cool because commands are an essential part of making plugins. So yeah, so we can make like any command we want to, of course, like /suicide or /explode, or those are dark, but stuff like that. Okay, so if you want to do that, just click plugin here, as usual, and we're going to make our plugin. I'm going to call it command tutorial. And actually, anyway, there's two ways to make a command in Spigot, and like the events basically. But this way, in this episode, we're going to be going over only the first way. Okay. So anyway, next episode we'll be going over the second way of how to do it. There we go. All right, looks good to me. So we're going to give a description of commands part 1. You can fill that out if you want to, whatever. Oops. Alright, so let's get started. Okay. So here we have our plugin, of course. Let's go ahead and open this up. Nice. Okay. So what we're going to do for the first method is to have it all in one file. We're going to have it in our main file here. So yeah, so that's what we do. So to make a plugin thing, we have to have this method here. So it's called public. And so since we type public, we have all these suggestions, and we're going to have this first one here, public boolean on command. So double click that. Now we have it open, and we're going to get rid of that and do return false or true. I don't think it matters. So anyway, here is our command. So every time we send a command, this will run, okay? Every time. So let's look at this here. We have 4 parameters, okay? And so the first parameter, this is the sender. This is who sends the command, the player or the console. That's the only two things that can be able to send a command, is the player or the console. Any player, of course, just whoever sends it. And then we have the command, which is just the name of the command. And then we have label. I'm not actually sure what label does, but it's there anyway. And then we have this last one. As you can tell, it's a string. It's an array of strings with the name of args, and this will be your arguments for your commands. We're not going to go over that this episode because it's kind of extensive. Anyway, not really. But yeah, so this will be like /explode and then space and then like and then put the player's name, just command argument, stuff like that. So yeah, this is the person who sends it. This is the actual command itself, like the name of the command. And this is the arguments, and I'm not sure what that one is. But anyway, so we can get started already. We can make a command. So let's make our first command something like this. Let's do it. We have to have a statement to check what it is. And then if inside of here, now we gotta have we gotta check and see if the command, like what the command is. So we gotta do command dot get name dot equals, and then inside of here is the name of the command that you want. So this is where we're gonna have, so like / and then the name right there. So this is what that is. So I'm gonna call mine die, and yeah, that's pretty dark, but oh well. And then we gotta, it's an if statement, so we gotta put that there, and we'll have else. So if they don't type that, then it's not gonna work. Actually, we don't even need else, so it's just gonna not do anything if it doesn't work, right? Or if it's not that command. So anyway, so this is our command, right? And so once they type die, then something is gonna happen. So let's make a player variable here. So this will cast to sender, so like this. So we're casting right here, so sender. Okay, and we gotta import all that. So we imported that. And so what this does is make a player, and then get it's just as the same as typing like sender dot, and then we can do anything to the player like send a message, but instead we just renamed it to player. We're just renaming sender basically is what all that is. So now we can access player and then do stuff to the player who sent it, basically. So yeah, so let's say it's called die, so let's make it kill the player. So player dot set health, and then put 0. So because you want them to have 0 health, and that's when you die. So yeah. So let's do one more thing. So let's say the console types this command. How is it going to set the health of the console to 0? That doesn't even make sense. So what developers usually do is make a check here to see if the person who sends it is a player or a console. So we want it to be a player, so we'll do if player, if sender instance of player And this is a capital P player, so that's an object. I mean a class, the class of player. So we have an error here. That's weird. Oh yeah, because we didn't open this up. So yeah, we open that up, and then we're just move this inside here. And we'll have an else statement. We'll say output this to the console, because at this point it's checking, it's saying, oh, this is not a player, so it's going to go here. It's going to say this in the console. You need to be a player to do this command. So that will be outputted to the console if this is executed by the console. But if it's not executed by the console and it's executed by a player, it'll do all this and set the player's health to 0, therefore killing the player. Let's send the player a message too saying, we'll send it before he dies. Player.send message. Actually, it doesn't matter if you send it before he dies or not. Either way, he's dying, he's dead, and whatever. So, die, or something like that. Okay, so that's our first command here. Awesome. So this whole thing is our command, right? We have die here, so that's our command. So if we copy this and paste this here, then we have another command. All we have to do is just rename this to like, health, please. And then we'll check the player, say, here you go. And we'll say, let's do player.get health. Get health +1. Let's try that. Oh, we can't do that. Not a statement. Oh, yeah, I got it. Okay, so it's player.set health. And then inside of that, we'll have player.get health +1. That should work because it's setting the health to the current health +1. So that's just going to increase their health by 1 heart or half a heart. I don't know which one it was. I forgot. But yeah, so it's all the same thing. We have a second command here. And it'll be the same thing if we have else if, like we do. It'll still work the same way, of course. So yeah, that's how you add multiple commands, of course. So there we go. So hopefully you get the point. So now, before we run our, if we build our plugin, what we got to do is not register our commands. We don't have to register them, thankfully, because it's inside of the main method. So what we can do, we have to go to our plugin.yml and then make a whole new section here. So we'll call it commands. That's what it has to be called. It has to be called commands. And then tab once, just once, and then have the name of the command. So the first name is die, and then tab again, and then we have to have description of the command. So description, die full. Okay, and then we can have, that's the only one you actually need, but we can have another one, usage. So this just tells them how to use it, and then just do it like that. Usually that one, I don't know, but anyway, so we got to add the other one. So make sure you go back because it has to have a hierarchy, right? So make sure you go back one tab, and then so the second command was called health please. Health please. We'll give it a description. Fine. Here you go. Get some health. Okay, that actually made no sense, so I'll just make it. I don't know what I was doing. So just get some health. And then the usage will be the same thing, /command. Great, so there we go. So that's our commands. Now they're registered, so let's go ahead and run this Maven projects, then lifecycle, right-click package, and then run Maven build. So I already have my test server open, so I'll just delete that old plugin. Oops. Let's get rid of that console. Okay, so our thing is done building, right? So we got to open it up, of course. So we'll just copy this here. We'll go to our test server. And we'll paste it in here. Okay, so now we're on the server, right? And our plugin should be loaded. All right, good, it's loaded. So let's try our commands. So let's do, can we do this actually? Command tutorial help, or no, help, command tutorial. Oh, there we go. So cool. If you do /help command tutorial, it shows all our commands with their description. So that's really cool. So die killed us. That's good. And it said our message here die also. So that works. Let's do health please. Got an error, internal error. So let's check the error, see what it is. Health must be between 0 and 20.0. Oh, I see the problem. So what we're trying to do is add the player's health by 1, but it says that it can only be between 0 and 20, right? Well, we already have full health, that's 20, so each half heart is 1, right? So there's 20 half hearts, so that's why it needs 20. So anyway, we're trying to add 1 health to the health that's already 20. So if we add 1 health, it'll be 21, of course. So math, wow. So we can't do that. So what we have to do in our code is check and see if it's already 20, then we can't add any more health. Just send the player message, you cannot do that, you already have full health. So if that didn't make any sense, let's go ahead and do that. So we go in here and we need to check. So let's do if get player health, or no, player dot get health is equal to 20.0 because it's supposed to be a double, or 20. I think it'll work the same. But anyway, so if it's equal to 20, then you send the player message, player.send message. You already have full health. Nice try. And then we'll have else, and this is if we don't have 20 health. Then there we go. So that should work better. So let's go ahead and run this. And I want to try something. Let's go to our plugin UI, YML. Let's have another thing here, and then we'll call it alias. Or aliases, like this. Aliases. And then inside of here, we have like a little array of sorts, and then we can have different aliases like help me live, because help is already a command. So help me live / comma for another one, and then heart, stuff like that. And this should give us aliases. So instead of typing health please, we can be able to type these also. So I actually never tried this, so we're going to try that right now. So let's run this again. Back in the server, and let's try running our command health please. You already have full health, nice try. And then it sends the command we just typed again. Yeah, so we get a little problem here where it just sends the command we just typed back to us. And I found out that problem comes from the plugin.yml where we have usage. For some reason, we can't have usage. I don't know, it just repeats the command every time we send it. So yeah, that's a problem. So I just got rid of that. So yeah. So next time if we add the plugin without the usage, then it won't do that. But anyway, so that works. So let's try, okay, so a creeper just hit us, I think. So let's do health please again. And yeah, we got our heart. So let's try / help me please. Or help please, what was it? Help please. Or heart, what was it? Oh, right, awesome. So the alias worked. If we did / heart, it actually worked the same way. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Awesome. So yeah. So the last thing I want to try is we set it to if the console types the command, then it won't work. It'll just send a message in the console. So let's go to our console and test that out. So let's do /die. Awesome. So it says you need to be a player to do this command. So let's do health or heart. Health please. Awesome, it works. So yep, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Now you know how to do commands in the basic way. In the next episode, we're going to be doing commands the same exact way, but we have to register the commands and then do some extra stuff. So don't worry about that. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Leave a like if you liked it. Leave a comment if you need any help. I'll be glad to help you. And let me know if you want to see anything specific. I'll be doing lots of videos on this. So yeah, subscribe and peace.